It was a quiet spring night in May 1996 when Kristen Smart, an 18-year-old college freshman, vanished without a trace from the campus of California Polytechnic State University. What began as a hopeful new chapter in her life would soon spiral into a haunting mystery that gripped a community for decades. Kristen Smart was a bright, ambitious student from Arroyo Grande, California. Known for her warmth and quiet determination, she had just started her freshman year at Cal Poly, ready to pursue her dreams and build lifelong friendships. Friends described Kristen as someone who loved music, art, and the simple joys of life. She had a close-knit circle that cherished her gentle spirit, and she was excited to embrace all that college had to offer. But beneath the surface of this promising new beginning, the night of May 25th would mark the last time anyone would see her alive. The final night was supposed to be an ordinary one, a chance for students to unwind after finals. Kristen attended a party with friends, a typical gathering filled with music and laughter. As the hours passed, the crowd began to thin, and Kristen decided to walk back to her dormitory alone, unaware of the dark fate awaiting her. Surveillance cameras were rare, and campus security was minimal. As Kristen walked alone through the quiet streets, she disappeared into the shadows near a fraternity house. That was the last solid sighting of her. When she never arrived at her dorm, panic quietly began to spread among her friends and family. The morning after Kristen's disappearance, her roommate discovered she was gone. Initial assumptions leaned toward a runaway or a late-night adventure gone off track. But as hours turned into days with no sign, the fear grew palpable. The police were notified, and a search for Kristen Smart was launched. Law enforcement faced immediate challenges. With limited witnesses and no forensic evidence, the trail was cold from the start. Friends were questioned, parties searched, and the nearby fraternity became the center of attention. Yet the truth remained elusive, as if Kristen had vanished into thin air. One man became the focus, Paul Flores, a fellow student and fraternity member, last seen walking with Kristen that night. He denied any wrongdoing, claiming she left on her own. Yet rumors swirled, fueled by uneasy testimonies and inconsistencies that begged for answers. Despite suspicions, the case stalled for years. Without a body or concrete evidence, prosecutors struggled to build a viable case. The community grew restless, haunted by the unanswered question, what really happened to Kristen Smart on that fateful night? Over time, multiple leads emerged and then faded. Anonymous tips, alleged sightings, and potential witnesses who recanted or remained silent. The case became a somber legend on campus, a cautionary tale of loss and unresolved grief that shadowed the halls of Cal Poly. Years later, a breakthrough came from unexpected quarters. Advances in forensic science and a renewed commitment from investigators reignited hope. New testimonies and evidence began to unravel the tightly held silence, setting the stage for a reckoning long overdue. In 2021, after 25 years, Paul Flores was arrested and charged with Kristen Smart's murder. The news sent shockwaves through the community, reopening wounds but also offering a measure of justice to a case that had lingered in darkness for far too long. The trial revealed chilling details, accounts of violence, attempts to cover up the crime, and the devastating impact on Kristen's family. The courtroom was thick with emotion as decades of pain and unanswered questions were finally addressed head-on. Despite the years and obstacles, the pursuit of truth endured. Kristen's remains were eventually found buried on a rural property linked to Flores, bringing a heartbreaking closure to a mystery that had haunted many for a quarter of a century. The murder of Kristen Smart is a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of justice. It is a story of loss, resilience, and the tireless quest to uncover truth against the weight of silence and time. Though Kristen's life was tragically cut short, her memory continues to inspire those who seek justice for the forgotten and the voiceless, proving that even in darkness, the light of truth can never be extinguished.